Hi, I'm Jennifer, and I'm so excited to help you build a reader that loves to read. Now, regardless of your stage, we have books that are going to help your kid be a stronger and more confident reader. Now, if you have a baby that's not reading yet, go ahead and get them excited to pull a book off the shelf with our Lift the Flap or interactive books. We have such a variety of baby books that they can touch and play with, and that is what's going to get them excited to pull a book off of the shelf as they grow up. So start young. If you have a child that's a reluctant reader, one thing you may want to consider is that they may be a struggling reader. And the best solution for a struggling reader is to build confidence. Hey Jack and Billy B. Brown are our starting chapter book series, and these are amazing for building confidence of any reader. So there are lots of pictures, the books are not too long, the text is big, the highlighted words are the more difficult words, so you can help them with them before they start the book. And after they finish some chapter books confidently and quickly, they're going to be more excited to move on to harder texts. If your child is just not that interested in a book with a lot of words on the page, we have a couple of wonderful options for you. Billy and the Mini Monsters is a graphic type novel with full color illustrations and limited text. So this is not going to be an overwhelming read, but they're going to have so much fun in the series with Billy and the Mini Monsters. For a slightly harder graphic type novel, we have Wheel Nuts. Again, these are full color illustrations, but as you can see, there is more text per page, and we have several in this series as well. Or you can check out our series of classic graphic novels on topics like Robin Hood or Dracula. It's a really fun way to get your kids engaged with the classics. If you have a struggling reader, you probably also have a struggling writer on your hand. And there's no better cure for that than our story writing books. You can have a child of any age or interest level complete one of our story writing books, and they will become a more confident writer and in turn confident reader. Our storybooks take you through prompts, give you vocabulary, story starters, plot development, character development. We have them on creative writing, adventure stories for a couple different ages, and even comic books. The best way to get your kid reading without them knowing they're reading is to use an activity book. And all of our activity books are also reading books. Our sticker books, for example, have text on every page that tell you about what they're working with. So in the superhero book, it tells you about the superhero and all of their strengths. And some of the vocabulary is big enough it even deserves its own glossary. Our academies are another great way, especially if your kids have a specific interest in a topic or career. We have a lot of different topics, but they're going to be completing classes, so they could just do this spread. It's not overwhelming in the amount that they have to do in any one sitting like a chapter book, but it's science-based, a lot of these, and so the text is going to have more difficult vocabulary than your average novel. Maybe you don't have a reluctant reader, but you have a child that is reading high above their grade level. That's amazing, and the best way to give your child a challenging book without giving them something that has inappropriate content for their age is to go with our nonfiction books, and we have such a great variety of nonfiction books. One of my favorite examples is our 100 Things to Know About series. We have food, space, nature, all kinds of topics. And these have 100 really entertaining facts about these different topics that your kids are going to really enjoy reading. They can do a little bit or they can do a lot of it as they sit down. And again, the vocabulary in these is going to be more challenging because they're nonfiction and a lot of times science-based than your average chapter book or novel. I hope you found some books that your readers are going to